Hey guys, Mark McMahon Real Estate. Today we're going to talk about my fourth flip. It didn't go that well, and I'm going to tell you why it didn't go well and what I could have done a little bit smarter. If that's interesting, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and sign up for notifications because Allie's been really sad the last couple of weeks because only 100 people have signed up for him in the last couple of weeks. So make her day. Thanks, guys. Anyway, let's get right into it. All right, guys, so I found this deal through a mobile home park manager. We had already done a job there, and we ended up buying this one in the middle of that job. When we sold the previous one, she was very difficult to work with. She was not good about approving the new buyers as they came in. These people were probably overqualified to live in that mobile home park, and she was not approving any of them. We finally got an approval on that one. That didn't go well for me. I never ended up getting paid from my partner on that one. So I found the deal, I put it under contract, I did all the construction work, he funded it, and pretty much that was that. That happened later. During that time, we bought our fourth one there. And that one was through the park manager. I bought it from the owners, and they were selling it, I believe, because the mom had passed away and it was empty. We ended up buying it for $10,000. During that time, apparently the manager's unit, who lived there at the mobile home park too, was being remodeled, and she wondered if for a couple of weeks she could move into that unit, which was not in great shape to begin with, but yeah, she was wondering if she could move into it. And I said, well, I'm not comfortable with that, but she said, really seriously, it's only going to be for 2 weeks until we're done with the flooring in my place. I made a big mistake right here, guys. I said yes. And keep in mind, I'd already been dealing with her and she was already difficult to work with. But I figured if I let her move in for a couple weeks, she would be a little bit more lenient on letting me get a buyer for this second one. Against my better judgment, I let her move in, and her 3 dogs and her 2 kids. So it went. The 2 weeks turned into a month, turned into 2 months, turned into 3 months, and she would not leave. And apparently whoever was working on her mobile home was not getting it done. So I eventually talked to him, got him to finish the job. She eventually moved out. She never paid rent. Utilities, I believe she paid for, but we were 3 months behind from the get-go. So we did a quick rehab on this. We did flooring and paint, and we ended up putting it back on the market. And we found a buyer, and we went through the same BS again, where she would not approve any of our buyers. And again, this is the one problem that you're going to have if you're flipping mobile homes. You're not going to be able to sell them unless the manager approves this person. They have to, even if they pay cash for it, doesn't mean they're approved at the park. The park, it's almost as if they're renting an apartment. They have to go through that, if not more, of a stringent background check and credit check. So we ended up not being able to sell it right away. And I moved on to the next flip, which we'll talk about next week. But I ended up moving on to the next flip after this one was done. And my partner ended up dealing with the sale. It eventually sold. And again, I hate to say it about this gentleman, I got screwed again. I never ended up getting a penny out of it. So again, I found the deal, I got it under contract, I did the construction, we were supposed to split the profits, and I never ended up getting a penny for it. I found out later on that he had sold both of them and financed them, and approached him, and he said, yes, as soon as I get my money back, then I'll give you your money, your half of it. And you know, over the years, I kept in touch, and I ended up finally giving up. Remember, guys, I never had a written contract with him. This was when I was just starting. I was a wet behind the ears contractor, and just my first foray into flipping, and I made a few vital errors here. So number one, no contract with my partner. And if you've listened to me talk before, you'll know that I think that partnerships should be treated like a marriage. There should be basically, as my friend Rick Jarman would say, there should be a prenuptial agreement between you and your partners. There should be exit plans. Everything should be in writing, and it should be looked at and blessed by an attorney. So that was mistake number one. Mistake number two on this particular project was letting the manager move in. At the time, I figured, hey, what could go wrong? When she ended up moving out after 3 months, her dogs had ended up using the entire mobile home as a bathroom. She apparently never let them out, and she didn't clean any of it up either, by the way. So there was urine and feces all over the trailer, but of course the urine soaked through the carpet and went into the plywood down below, so we had to replace a large quantity of that. So that's one thing you always want to make sure when you're flipping a house. If there's urine stains, you want to get some sort of remediation person out there to check and see how much it's going to cost to fix. If not, just pull up the floors and replace them. The last mistake I made was trusting people. All right, that kind of goes into the first 2 mistakes I made, but just trusting people without contracts. Now, I could have had a contract with the manager, I could have had a contract with my partner, did not have either one. And that was my downfall. I trusted them to not screw me, and they ended up screwing me because I trusted them, if that makes sense. Had we had an ironclad contract, they wouldn't have screwed me. I know that. So I ended up getting screwed on number 2 and number 4. Is that correct? Yeah, number 2 and number 4. I ended up not making any money. And keep in mind, this was my first year in the business. So I ended up doing 2 rehabs, and I did the work. So I did 2 rehabs on 2 mobile homes and didn't get paid. So that was probably 2 or 3 months out of my life of work and cultivating people and getting these things under contract that I never got paid for. But thankfully, there was 2 other mobile homes that I made money on that didn't, of course, make up for it, but we made close to $20,000 on those other 2 mobile homes. It's a very sad situation. I wish I knew then what I know now. I probably wouldn't have gone into that mobile home park and done the same business that I did this time, because simply these managers were not trustworthy people. Guys, just remember, whenever you're going to go and do a flip, whenever you're going to do anything in real estate, there has to be a lot of paperwork that goes with it. You can't just go in hoping someone's not going to screw you, because it's going to happen if you allow it. And this is the case with what I did, and I really don't want it to happen to you. So please, please, contracts, verify who you're dealing with, and above all, stay away from places that are difficult. Thankfully, number 5 you'll hear about was a little bit better and a great learning experience. We'll be talking about that one next week. Hope you guys found this helpful. You're going to make mistakes. That's part of the journey. But minimize them as much as you can. Listen to people that have actually done it. Thanks guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, smash it. If you're pissed off at the guy that I did that deal with, punch it right in the face. Punch that like button, okay? And sign up for notifications, makes Allie happy, and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Hey guys, check out these 2 videos. They're really gonna help you on your investment journey. I'm also on Instagram, tons of great video content there, really good stuff. Please subscribe. I'll see you next time.